Hello everyone and welcome back to part 2 of this Let's Play with AK series featuring me, your host Akukami. I did spawn in this location in here while my opponent RedFalcon did spawn in this location right here. This is a TVZ matchup on Tal'Darim Altar. Now when I left off, I was just beginning to move out, or at least I was hoping to begin to move out into this location. However, forgetting to shoot down this destructible rock, so my expansion will be delayed in that location. My opponent threw down two more hatches in right here, and yeah, finally put down his spire and will be arriving with some late mutilis, I expect. Probably in response to my Viking harass, as I was going Overlord sniping with at least two Vikings. One of them did get shot down, but I managed to get some kills. So let's start this replay up again. Yeah. Going to be coming out with a reactor on this starport, going for those two medevacs, as I do still am missing my rally point here. Oh, that's horrible. Anyways, back at my opponent's base, like I said, it did come out with that spire in order to deal with this Viking harass. This Viking 4 kills on it, which means lesser map vision for my opponent, 4 larvae wasted, and yeah, 400 minerals wasted just building more overlords. And like I said, what can your opponent really do if you come out with early Viking harass? I think this works best if you go 1-1-1, simply because you can get your Viking out faster, and I think denying that early vision from your opponent will force him to come out with some faster mutilis, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, did put a drop in the back of his base, going to be forcing, well, not much of mining going on here, as there are not that many patches. Going to be coming out with his Zerglings, did manage to take out 2 of my Marines as I lift off the rest of my forces and move out of that location. Did manage to take out these destructible rocks here, going to be moving my my expansion to this location. Actually, I don't remember what I put in this location, whether it was a planetary or an orbital. Most of the time on Tal'Darim Altar in this third location, I will put down a planetary fortress, especially in TVZ, just simply because I feel more comfortable holding that with a planetary and a supply depot wall off, and of course a ring of turrets around my base in case mutalisks come to harass that area. Speaking of which, there are mutalisks now in play. 3 mutalisks, I believe, as we take a look at the unit counting station. Yes, only 3 mutalisks, but this will be enough to deal with any more Viking harass. Not macroing well and not saturating this. I mean, his 2 expansions that well, as my Hellions do arrive. They do have that blue flame research, but will be very sad Hellions, as there's not much of anything mining right here. Probably should have gone straight into my opponent's main, or natural, right? Coming out with some infestors, going to be hitting me from this location, and this is why I put a planetary here, just to deal with this kind of nonsense. His units are now 2-2. My upgrades, I believe, are only 1-1, and yeah, working on my upgrades. This is one of the games I played before watching filtersc's or filter StarCraft's guide, Bronze to Masters. If you didn't already check that out, please do. It's a fantastic guide, and I do think everyone in the lower league should take a look at it, as it will help with macro. Coming out with some Bailings in this and destroying my planetary in this location. Coming out with his infestors, going to be throwing down a fungal growth on my bio, as he does do massive amounts of damage to my bio. And wow, not really doing anything with the rest of my army, as he does manage to clean up the bio that was here. Poor SCVs will be getting taken out, as there's no more command center or planetary to bring the minerals back to. Anyways, finally going to be unloading and unsieging, going to be securing this location in an attempt to rebuild my base right there. Coming out with the blue flames that were in here. Will actually be taking out my one poor Hellion with some fungal growth and some infested Terran. Bye bye, Hellion. Anyways, driving my opponent's Zerglings back that were camping out in this location, trying to further deny my third, as my opponent did move into Hive Tech. I apologize for that, missed that. Going probably for Broodlords or Ultralisks, as yeah, that would suggest. And going to be finally moving out with my tanks. I did realize that there was an army here just sitting back at home, not doing anything, and decided to bring everything out. I think actually getting stuck on in this location right here. I really should manage my buildings better. But yeah, I guess that will come with time. Going to be moving to finally saturate this location in here, and maybe this location right here, as he does take, as RedFalcon does take both of his gases at his third expansion, I should say, and his third expansion. This is four? No, second expansion right here. Excuse me. Was trying to build a command center right here, I believe, but decided not to, as my opponent did scout out that there were Zerglings moving in that location, and at this time I get really annoyed and decide to just go for it all, as I don't think he is expecting this kind of SCV, Marine and Marauder and Siege Tank push. I don't think he sees this coming at all. As we take a look at my opponent's camera, yes, he doesn't see this coming at all, and his forces are way out of position in order to deal with this. Balling up my units into this massive bio and siege tank ball, going to be coming into this location as he realizes that he is getting attacked with just about everything I have here. Going to be taking out his natural and just sieging up my tanks in this location. Going to be coming back with his speedlings and the rest of his forces, as I do have my tanks in here, leaving them out here just to deal with any of that aggression. I did actually go for this because I did realize that I might be behind in economy, and just sitting in the back of my base, not really doing anything, not a good idea. I'm going to be pushing forward with some of my bio into his base, inching carefully into that location, as I did expect my opponent's army to come, as I did not see it at the front of his base. Managing to take out a lot of my army with his Banelinks, and I'm going to be cleaning that up with his infestors, but there are repairing SCVs, going to be repairing tanks that were here, as the rest of my bio target fires this hive. I'm going to be target firing down this hive as my SCVs get in the mix also. Going to be spawning some infested terrain here. Manage to deal with some tanks here, but there are two tanks hiding in the trees in this location. Do manage to take the hive down, and that is big, as my opponent will be forced to rebuild that hive if he wants to make any Brewlords or Ultralists. Going to be taking out this spire, as I do realize that there perhaps might be an Ultralist cavern somewhere around here. Going to be taking down this spire. Mining out in this location, and oh yeah, actually did manage to move my my SCVs to this location. Going to be just streaming down reinforcements to my opponent's base, as I do have Marines here, but they're infested terrain here, but that's okay because they will die pretty soon. Going to be taking out his spawning pool, so that there will be no more Zergling protection until he manages to rebuild. Going to be actually coming out with his infestors here, as he does spawn his infested terrain, but managing to clean this up with my bio, which are still 2-2 and upgrades only, and just continuing to stream force into my opponent's base. And as you can see, this is pretty much game for him, as he doesn't have any reinforcing units. I did manage to take out his natural and his main, and yeah. Not a whole lot he can do right here, as well, just making sure just to deny any more upgrades for the time being. Just continuing to stream more reinforcements, as these infestors do a little dance, trying to get away from my SCVs, which are trying to attack it. Yeah, let's take a look at the army tab. Yeah, not a whole lot he can do at this point. And yeah, just scanning in this location just to see if there's any burrowed units, and just continuing to stream reinforcements here. I do know that there's a base here, sending 2 tanks here to come deal with this. And oh, here we go. Here comes the nerd rage. Oh man, that's really funny. Going to be lifting out my Marines and some SCVs. Going to be taking out this location right here. Oh man, he's really going at it, as he does leave the game and rage quits. I think the biggest moment in this game came when I finally decided to box my units and just go for it. My opponent was able to take out my third base, which was a planetary fortress, but what I found interesting was that even after that small victory for him, I was still ahead in terms of army count, and he wasn't really macroing that well. And I think this really big push into his natural and main surprised him, as I was able to just basically drill through whatever he had right here, and he did bring his forces down and managed to kill off a significant amount of my units, but you know, whatever I had left I was able to beat him with, and I guess that's why he was so upset afterwards. uh, like I said, managing to take out my my third base, but whatever forces I had left after he decided to finally bring his army down and deal with this aggression in his base, that whatever was left standing was able to take him out. As you can see right here, he does manage to take out my tanks, and he brings his infestors, puts down and fungal growth, and just rolls through my bio with with his banelings. But as you can see right here, although a majority of my army was taken out right there, there was nothing he can do about this. Target fired down his hatchery, and yeah, that was basically game for him. He did rage at me even further after the game, and I was looking for another matchup. And what I found really funny was that he thought he was macroing better than I was, and throughout most of the game, except for one point in the game, I guess, during the early part of the game, I was ahead of him in terms of supply at all points in the game, except for that one part. And yeah, I guess if he wasn't too upset, probably he should have taken a look at the replay, and he would have seen that I was way ahead of him in terms of supply. And maybe you should watch Filter's guide and switch to Terran for a little bit, so that just coming into to his base with this huge army and just drilling him won't happen to him again. Well, anyways, that does it for this replay. If you like my commentary and videos, please subscribe to my channel. Also, thumbs up and like this video. And thank you very much for watching. And also, I will be posting a link to a filtersc's guide, as it is a fantastic guide for lower level players like myself, especially in order to learn how to macro up and just generally become a better player at this game. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on another episode of Let's Play with AK.